Okay, lesson number 2 art project for the letter A. This one is with the book 10 Apples Up on Top. So this is our letter A, 10 Apples Up on Top project. Pretty much this is what you're gonna need as far as supplies, just glue, one for each of the children. Then they are going to get a blue piece of paper to be their backing. You have a tree trunk made out of a handprint, the tree top, and then a line of stickers of apples. So, first things first. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So this one is one where they're going to be learning how to use the glue. So, again, it's tempting to go around and open every single child's glue bottle, but I wouldn't do it. I would ask them to see if they can open their glue bottles and have them try, okay? So that way you've got some that can accomplish it and you right away know which ones can and which ones need a little help. Then I go over, loosen it a little bit and say, okay, now you try, see if you can get it off. Does that make sense? Again, remember right now we're going slow to go fast so that someday down the road, all the kids will be able to open their glue bottles by themselves. If you open their glue bottles for them now, they will ask you to open their glue bottles every single time and they will assume that they cannot do it and that you can. Does that make sense? So remember, go slow to go fast. You're going over there, you're loosening it for them and then having them do it. Now, there's always going to be that 1 or 2 kids that it's going to take a lot longer than all the other kids. And let's be real, they just do not have those fine motor skills yet. It's not their fault. It doesn't necessarily even mean that they are behind. Maybe their birthday's in a super young, you know, on the young end of things, or they're just not there yet. But in order to catch the ones that are going to be able to do it, that's what you need to do. So pass them out, ask them to open it, and then go around, take a minute teaching them to open it on their own. Then you're gonna, this is glue. I don't know if it's the first time they've had glue, but you're gonna talk a little bit about, okay, once your glue bottle is open, you guys, I usually go like this a little bit so it doesn't drip out, and then you have glue. Put the lid on, and Miss Jamie will teach you what to do. So I'm gonna talk to you like I'm talking to 3-year-olds right now. First things first, we're gonna take our green, this is green, right? This is our tree top. It's made out of leaves and it's green. So everybody pick that up, you got it? Okay, you're gonna take that green thing, set it down, and lift up your glue jar lid, and you're gonna start just putting glue all over the back of that, okay? You can dip back in again, and put glue, glue, glue. A lot of glue is good. It doesn't need to have the whole thing filled up. You will find there are kids who will sit and glue and glue and glue because they think every last little space needs to be on there. And that's not necessary, and you'll want to stop those kids because if they do it now, they'll do it the whole year long. And you tell them, so you got to do it fast because if you take a long time, it will dry and you'll have to do it all over again. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you'll have those kids who go like this and then go like this. And then obviously we know that with that one little dot, it's not gonna stick. So you've gotta teach them to just kind of go over it. And again, I don't know, Livy, do you have any tricks there? You might tell them to just go around and around and around and around.
I tell them to do a big one in the middle and then a couple on the sides.
Little on the edges. Okay, so just be specific in that way. Then you're gonna have them pick it up and you're gonna ask them to put it at the top of the page. Say, don't put it in the middle, don't put it on the bottom. You want to be at the top of the page because this is a tree top, right? It's going to be up on the top. And then you're showing them where to place that so that they know it's on the top. To teachers, again, you're kind of going around, catching them as they accidentally stick it to the wrong part. You got to catch it quick, otherwise it's going to rip off. And you're gonna need another one and it's gonna be a mess. So just watch them, keep your little eyes on each one, make sure, okay, to the top. The reason I'm being specific about that, a lot of times I let 3-year-olds just place however they wanna place, but we know that we're gonna need a little space for our trunk, and so we just wanna get it up as high as you can. Make sense? Okay, and then the next thing is you're gonna take this and say, what does this look like, everybody? Does it look like my hand? It does. This is a handprint, but it's also today going to be a tree trunk and branches. These are branches. That's what the leaves grow on, right? and the apples hang on the branches up on the top, right? Okay, so take your trunk, put it down, and again, you guys, with the glue. Now watch this because I'm going to glue in every finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you guys see how I got glue on all 5 of those branches or 5 of my fingers? Good. Now you're gonna take and glue on the trunk or the bottom, or if you're looking at it like a hand, it's the arm, right? I want some glue on the arm. And then you're gonna turn it over. This is kind of a tricky thing for 3-year-olds. A lot of times they will put their thing down, glue all over the top of it, and forget the part where they have to pick it up and turn it over. So don't worry, that's just something you're teaching them. They're just picking it up and turning it over. And then they are just go ahead and glue it, and it's gonna be on the tree top or on the branch. See how it's touching like that? It can be as low or as high. This doesn't need to look perfect. I do want it to look like a 3-year-old made it and not a teacher made it for the 3-year-old. So don't be picky about that placement. Just let them stick it on there, okay? If it looks like a 3-year-old made it, yay, because the 3-year-old did make it. Okay, and so there we go. So now we're sticking that on there, and now you can kind of point out, does that look like a tree? It does. And what did we learn? What are we learning about today? Does anyone remember? We are learning about apples. Do you remember? All right, let's go ahead. And okay, guys, there is something. I wish I would have prepared this for you, but I'm gonna have you guys do this. Okay, I learned a little trick off of some YouTube video or TikTok or something like that, and I think it's magical. And that is that in order to be a little more helpful for these kids being able to get their stickers off, if you go ahead beforehand and peel off that outer sticker. Do you see that? See how I'm just peeling that off? If I get a chance, we'll prep this and do it for you. But if you ever come across stickers and this is something you want your kids to do easily, take this off. I saw it on TikTok, tried it last year. It's magical with the kids. So dispose of that. Now the kids can peel these off all by themselves without help from you. And this is important because this little part right here, the reason I made stickers and not glue on apples and things like that is because this is really good for their fine motor skills and for them to figure out there's a sticky side and a not sticky side. So then you're just having them come and say, all right, and you guys are gonna put the apples on your tree. You can put them on the branches, you can put them on the tree. It's totally up to you. This is the apples being up in the tree. You can even have an apple fall off the tree if you want to and land on the ground or somewhere in between. These are your stickers to put on however you want, and you're getting them on there. There are 6 stickers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and everybody gets 6 apples, okay, you guys? And there we go. And that is that. The only other thing I think maybe that I would like is and I will try to get this made for you, but if not, just get your Sharpie marker and write at the top of each paper before you do this, like A is for apple.
You can do it after, because the kids might cover it with the tree.
True. I think I'd like to have a sticker made, and anyways, that's just total hindsight happening right this very second. It'll be really easy. So I might get one made up today and have it ready for you, and you'll stick it on there at the end of the project so they don't cover it up. And it'll say A is for apple. And that's your project for the kids to take home.